of WRDN Sports. Welcome to the Panther Preview, brought to you by Advent Health of Durand. It's time to feel whole with Advent Health. To learn more, visit adventhealth.com. Now, with today's Panther Preview, here is Brian Winnekins.
From Boyceville High School tonight, girls high school basketball as Durand-Arkansaw is at Boyceville in the Dunn-St. Croix matchup. This is the Advent Health Panther Preview, brought to you by Advent Health of Durand. It's time to feel whole with Advent Health. Visit their website at adventhealth.com. For the Panthers, they are 10-2 overall, 4-1 in the Dunn-St. Croix after their 58-30 win over Mondovi. For Boyceville, they're 4-7 overall, 1-3 in the Dunn-St. Croix after their 56-48 loss to Mondovi. For the Panthers, Emma Hoyt, the leading scorer with 11 points a game. Addison, leading rebounder with 6 rebounds a game. For Boyceville, Brooklyn Mitch, the leading scorer, 14 points a game, while Blake Jesse is the leading rebounder at 6 rebounds a game. Coming up, we will chat with Durand-Arkansaw head coach Darren Lowenhagen about the big win over Mondovi from last Friday and also about tonight's game against Boyceville. But on the way on the Advent Health Panther Preview, we're going to tell you who won where and who's playing where on our Durand Fresh Market scoreboard. That's coming up next on the Advent Health Panther Preview, brought to you by Advent Health of Durand. It's time to feel whole at Advent Health. Visit their website at adventhealth.com. It's Durand-Arkansaw girls basketball on WRDN.
What does it mean to feel whole? For some, it's omega-3s, high fives, or shuffleboard. It's kale, kiwi, kumquat, all together. Whatever helps you feel, Advent Health is here to support it. We're here to heal what hurts, ease your mind, and lift your spirit with world-class medical expertise and compassionate whole-person care. So go for it. Get back on your feet. Overcome the odds. Live your best life and feel whole with Advent Health. To learn more, visit adventhealth.com.
Welcome back to the Advent Health Panther Preview, brought to you by Advent Health of Durand. It's time to feel whole with Advent Health. Visit their website, adventhealth.com. As we get ready for tonight's Durand-Arkansaw Boyceville girls basketball game, let's run down scores on our Durand Fresh Market scoreboard. Durand Fresh Market, your hometown grocery store. In boys basketball last night, Mondovi defeated Chautauqua-Weyerhaeuser 49-45. Spring Valley over Luck 82-32. It was Elk Mound defeating Fall Creek 62-54. Cadott over Boyceville 76-49. Wabasha-Kellogg defeats Leroy Ostrander 60-56. New Richmond, or Holman rather, defeats New Richmond 83-74. Girls basketball from last night, Wabasha-Kellogg over Leroy Ostrander 44-35. On the schedule tonight in boys basketball in the Dairyland Conference, Augusta hosting Alma Pepin, Osseo Fairchild at Blair Taylor. Cochran Fountain City hosting Alma Center Lincoln, and Leva Strum travels to Eau Claire Emmanuel Lutheran. In the Roy Conference tonight, Durand-Arkansaw hosting McDonald Central. In the Middle Conference, St. Croix Central at Amory. Baldwin-Woodville hosting Prescott. Osceola is at Ellsworth. Girls basketball tonight in the Dairyland Conference. Eau Claire Emmanuel Lutheran at Leva Strum. Alma Center Lincoln hosting Cochran Fountain City. Blair Taylor at Osseo Fairchild. Augusta is at Alma Pepin. Dunn-St. Croix Conference tonight, along with the Durand-Arkansaw Boyceville game. Colfax hosting Mondovi. Glenwood City travels to Elk Mound. Spring Valley is at Plum City Elmwood. That game to be held at Elmwood High School. Middle Border Conference girls hoops tonight. Altoona hosting Amory. Ellsworth travels to Prescott. St. Croix Central hosting Baldwin-Woodville. And Osceola is at Somerset. That's what's happening on our Durand Fresh Market scoreboard. Durand Fresh Market, your hometown grocery store. You can follow the Durand Fresh Market scoreboard on the sports page of our website at realcountry1430.com. Coming up on the Advent Health Panther Preview, we're going to talk with Durand-Arkansaw head coach Darren Lowenhagen about the win against Mondovi on Friday and tonight's against Boyceville. That's coming up next on the Advent Health Panther Preview, brought to you by Advent Health of Durand. It's time to feel whole with Advent Health. Visit their website at adventhealth.com. It's Durand-Arkansaw girls basketball on WRDN.
What does it mean to feel whole? For some, it's omega-3s, high or shuffleboard. It's kale, kiwi, kumquats, all together. Whatever helps you feel whole, Advent Health is here to support it. We're here to heal what hurts, ease your mind, and lift your spirit with world-class medical expertise and compassionate whole-person care. So go for it. Get back on your feet. Overcome the odds. Live your best life and feel whole with Advent Health. To learn more, visit adventhealth.com.
Welcome back to the Advent Health Panther Preview, brought to you by Advent Health of Durand. Time to feel whole with Advent Health. Visit their website at adventhealth.com as we get ready for tonight's Durand-Arkansaw Boyceville girls basketball game. Joining us, Arkansas head coach Darren Lowenhagen. Coach, talk about Mondovi here. A very well-rounded game, really, for the girls.
Yeah, I was pleased with how we executed versus them. I thought we moved the ball well. We made some shots when we need to. It wasn't quite as clean as maybe the time before, but that's how it's going to be in basketball. So I was really pleased with how we were able to compete. I thought we were good in a lot of different things that we were trying to do in the game, including rebounding.
And another thing, with the way the scoring went, you were able to put in a lot of the reserves to give them some varsity time.
Yeah, and I think that as we're starting to just get past the midpoint of the season here, as far as games go, I'm hoping to see more and more where we can be playing for them also kind of build some of their confidence. The game, I think, will, once you get to like that 10 to 12 game range in the season, the game starts to slow down for them a little bit, and I think they're able to come in and give us valuable minutes.
And the nice thing is you're able to, you don't have to put all of them in all at once. A couple of the starters out there, they're kind of like your field generals out there to kind of guide them along.
Yeah, and we do that a lot in practice too, where we have two teams of 5 and make it so the starter split up amongst the other girl, and that makes it very competitive in practice. So.
What's the film show you with the Bulldogs?
It's drastically a different team from what I've seen in all of my years here. They're athletic. They get after it. They start 2 freshmen. Their leading scorer is a freshman. They do a lot of things differently. And I remember talking to their head coach in the past couple of years, and he had kind of talked about this class a little bit. And you can see it on film. They're athletic. They get after it. And they play really hard. And with them being young like that, they kind of play where they don't have a fear or a care in the world. And, that can be very dangerous for a team like us.
And that's one of those things, again, we kind of have seen that with our current starters. A lot of these girls came up together. So is that kind of the same situation here with Boyceville?
Yeah, I think that's possibly, what could be going on here. I think that their JV is much better as well, so I'm sure that those freshmen are impacting, or that freshman class is impacting their JV as well as their varsity. So I think the bright things are in the future for Boyceville.
Talking with Durand-Arkansaw head coach Darren Lowenhagen, what do the Boyceville like to do on defense? Are they a man or more of a zone?
They will do a little bit of both. I've seen on film. I would anticipate some zone, especially early, but they could definitely come out and play man. They did versus Elk Mound, so I don't see why they wouldn't necessarily just come out and do that against us as well. So I think there's a chance that we see a little zone and a little man.
Do they ever do like a zone press or a regular man-to-man full court press?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of kind of a man-to-man press a little bit in other games. I'm not sure if that's something they will try with us, but we've seen a lot of those things this year, so if they do, we will adjust quickly.
Offensively, what do they like to do?
Again, it's different than past years. I think it's more motion-oriented now, which is what we do. So I think they're changing. They used to be in a very patterned offense before with a flex screen, and they don't do that as much anymore, but I'm sure, again, that they could.
On the glass, when they are on offense, are they able to get a lot of second, third chances?
Yeah, you see them athletically. They're not going to... In the past, I think maybe athletically we were able to kind of overwhelm them with our athleticism, but I think they have the athletes to match us. So now it's coming down and making sure that we run our stuff and we execute, and we use our experience and all of our game experience playing to kind of take advantage of situations and scenarios with them.
Be a fun game tonight. Good luck, Coach.
All right, thank you.
And we'll talk to him after the game as well. Coming up, we have starting lineups and tip-off. Durand-Arkansaw at Boyceville coming up next on Real Country 1430 AM stereo, WRDN, Durand, Mondovi, Wabasha, and 107.3 FM translator W297CH Durand.
What does it mean to feel whole? For some, it's omega-3s, high fives, or shuffleboard. It's kale, kiwi, kumquats, all together. Whatever helps you feel whole, Advent Health is here to support it. We're here to heal what hurts, ease your mind, and lift your spirit with world-class medical expertise and compassionate whole-person care. So go for it. Get back on your feet. Overcome the odds. Live your best life and feel whole with Advent Health. To learn more, visit adventhealth.com.
The Durand Improvement Group is committed to improve.
Boyceville High School, as we are just a few minutes away from the tonight's game with Durand-Arkansaw and Boyceville. Let's go down for our national anthem. And the Boyceville band with today's national anthem. Let's run down our starting lineups tonight. In the Dun St. Croix, 14-1, or 4-1 rather overall. Coming out will be number 2, senior Chloe Oth. Number 11, senior Addison Oth. Number 12, senior Victoria Kurth. Number 14, senior Emma Hoyt, and number 12, senior Sawyer Sabelko. For the Boyceville Bulldogs, they are 4-7 overall, 1-3 overall. Coming out senior, or check that, number 12, sophomore Ellie Engeman. Number 14, junior Chelsea Holden. Number 20, sophomore Aubrey Moline. Number 21, freshman Blake Jeske, and number 35, freshman Brooklyn Talmadge. All right, so we're just moments away from starting. Those of you listening on the station, I do understand we are having a issue here. I am going to be switching our internet connection. This does happen, and we're going to lose our connection here for just a moment. So we'll be right back. Those of you listening on air. All right, so we are just about ready to go. As both teams now at center court. And the Panthers are in their dark uniforms with the white numerals. Boyceville in their white uniforms with the purple numerals, and we are underway, controlled back to the Panthers. That is Sabelko across the timeline. As Oth now on the right wing now. Inside pass to Addison Oth from Kurth, and that makes it 2-0 Panthers. And quickly across the timeline comes the Bulldogs. Into the right wing now is number 35, stolen though. And who makes the steal? Chloe Auth. And she gets it back to Emma Hoyt. Back to Auth. Auth across the timeline now over to Kurth. Kurth now back over to Auth. Auth to Sabelko. Sabelko to Hoyt. Hoyt left wing. Hoyt now comes across the timeline, or comes inside, puts up a shot over, lays it, no good. And Kurth fighting for it, puts up the shot, whistling a foul. And she'll go to the line for 2. Throughout the night, we'll be thanking our high school sports sponsors, as well our streaming audio sponsors, being brought to you by Adams Super Service, your Partners Network Car Care Center, Durand. Also, Prime Realty of Durand, the area's #1 home seller. Visit their website at primerealitymidwest.com. Also, streaming video being brought to you by the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board. First free throw by Kurth is good. Second free throw good. So 4-0 Panthers, full court Panther press. Inbounded to Engelman now. Engelman loses the ball but regains control. And but it's knocked out of her hands. Coming up with it is Addison Auth. Auth dishes it inside to Kurth. Kurth up and in. 6-0 Panthers, full court Panther press. Inbounded now to Talmadge. Talmadge loses the ball. Auth knocks it out of her hands. And it'll stay Boyceville ball. And so it'll be Boyceville ball. Inbounding it to our left is Moline. Moline now inbounds it to Eggman. Eggman back to Moline. Full court Panther press once again. And across the timeline now over to Talmadge. Talmadge, 3-ball from the top of the key. Shot no good. Rebounded by Kurth. Kurth to Chloe Auth. Chloe Auth bomb to Hoyt. Hoyt can't hang on. And it'll go out of bounds. And so inbounding it now. Inbounded to Engelman. And back over to Moline. Moline now. Comes up across the timeline, splits 2 defenders, nearly lost the ball, but puts up the shot, underlays it, no good. Loose ball, whistling a foul. Foul is going to be on number 21, Jeske. So it's Panther ball. And inbounded now to Auth. Auth now will come up across the timeline. Auth now over to Addison Auth. Oh, overthrows it, intended it for Kurth. So it's Boyceville ball now. Panthers lead 6-0. And inbounded to Talmadge. Now a cross-court pass over to Eggman. Eggman now to Moline. Moline gets across the timeline. Bounce pass over to Eggman. Eggman now tries to get it inside. Out of bounds. Panther ball. So inbounded now to Auth. And Auth to Sabelko. Not across the timeline. Now onto the right wing to Kurth. Kurth tries to drive inside. Ball knocked out of bounds by Holden. It'll stay Panther ball. Panthers lead 6-0. 15:31 remaining here in the first half. And so Chloe to inbound it. Chloe looking, and ball's tipped out of bounds. Pass intended for Sabelko in the left corner, but knocked out of bounds by the Bulldogs. It'll stay Panther ball. All right, so go to the other side of the court, and Chloe Auth to inbound it now. And inbounded to Hoyt. Hoyt now over to Sabelko. Sabelko top of the key. Sabelko now to Kurth. Kurth right wing. Back to Sabelko towards center. Around the horn we go now to Chloe Auth in the left corner. Cross-court pass to Sabelko on the right wing. Inside to Addison Auth. Addison Auth tries to get it over to Kurth. Pass tipped, coming up with it to the Bulldogs. Back the other way come the Bulldogs. On the far side. Onto the right wing now is Jeske. That's the left wing, rather. She'll drive inside, puts up the shot, underlays it. No, or it's good. And it's now 6-2 Panthers. And across the timeline, Hoyt now to Auth. Auth now to Sabelko. Sabelko right wing. 3-ball. Shot no good. And rebounded by the Bulldogs. Quickly back the timeline come the Bulldogs. That's Talmadge. Talmadge drives into the lane, puts up the shot, whistling a foul. She'll go to the line for 2. Foul will be, it looks like, on Chloe Auth. Thank you to the Paul Slusher Insurance Agency, your American Family Insurance agent serving the Durand and Chippewa Falls area. American Family Insurance, insurance that fits your needs. First free throw is good. Ryan's Sports Shop Ice Fishing is here. Visit Ryan's Sports Shop for all of your ice fishing needs. And Durand Napa farmers, visit Durand Napa for custom hoses, bulk fluids, filters, tools, and the parts you need to keep your equipment running on the farm. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. Shot put up, no good. Tipped in. And so now it's 6-5 Panthers. And it looks like the one tipping that in was Jeski. And so now over to Kurth. Kurth left corner now to Auth. Auth goes on left baseline. That's Addison Auth. Puts up the shot. No good. Puts up another shot on the rebound. Whistling a foul. And so going to the line is Addison Auth. Foul is going to be on Blake Jeski, her second. Thank you to Annabeth Seiler, your Husqvarna and Toro Lawn and Garden equipment dealer. Highway 25 Durand. They also do small engine repair as well. Bauer Plumbing and Septic Service Durand, offering plumbing and septic services for new construction or for repairs. Call Chris at 672-8224. Please thank all of our sponsors. They make our broadcast possible. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business. Tell them thank you for supporting our broadcast. Without their help, we would not be here tonight. Second free throw was good. 7-5 Panthers. Ball nearly knocked out of bounds, but the Bulldogs come back up with it. That's Moline. Moline now pass across the timeline to Talmadge. Talmadge now comes down to the right wing. Now over to Holden. Holden tries to drive inside, can't do it. Dishes it off to Engman. Engman now back at the top of the key. Fakes right, goes left. Now dishes it off to Hellendrung. Hellendrung tries to drive inside, intercepted. Intercepted by Sabelko. Sabelko back the other way to Chloe Auth. Chloe Auth on the left wing. Over to Sabelko, top of the key, inside to Addison Auth. Back out to Hoyt. Hoyt right wing. 3-ball. Shot rims out. No good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. That is Hellendrung. Quickly back the other way come the Bulldogs now. Panthers lead 5-7. Over to Moline. Moline, top of the key now, passes it off to Hellendrung on the left wing. She'll come to the top of the key, tries to drive inside, can't do it. At the free throw line, crosses it off to the wing, knocked down by Sabelko over to Hoyt on the interception. Chloe Auth to Kurth. Kurth in the lane, surrounded though, gets it off to Addison Auth. Addison Auth up and a shot no good, whistling a foul. And the foul is on number 12, Engelman. So going to the line is Addison Auth. Thank you to the Goodrich Funeral Home, serving the Durand area for 5 generations and featuring monuments from Lifetime Memorials. Call the Goodrich Funeral Home of Durand for more information. First free throw, no good. Alcivia Co-op, your certified Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster distributor is Alcivia Co-op Durand. And Security Financial Bank, where electronic banking is easy. 212 West Prospect Street, Durand. Next free throw on the way is good. So it makes it 8-5 Panthers, 13:20 remaining in the first half. Full court Panther press once again. Moline now looking for a cutter, not across the timeline yet either. Back to Engelman. Engelman now back to Moline on the far side. She'll get across the timeline just in time too, by the way. Now she's on the left wing, but she's surrounded, has to hand it off to Holden. Holden tries to drive into the left baseline, can't do it. They retreat back out to the left wing now, back towards center to Engelman. Engelman now over to Talmadge. Talmadge right wing. Back to Holden. Holden now over to Engelman on the left wing. Back to the top of the key to Hellendrung. Hellendrung comes down to the right wing. Hands it off now to Moline. Or check that to, she'll drive in, puts up the shot, whistling a foul. As she drives inside, shot no good. And the foul will be on the Panthers. It's going to be on Jaden Glaus, who's now in. Thank you to Advent Health Durand. Time to feel whole with Advent Health. Visit adventhealth.com for more information. First free throw was good. Sundstrom & Company, your local tax experts. Yep, it's tax time. Give Sundstrom & Company a call at 672-4425 to schedule your appointment today. Next free throw is on the way. Is good. And she makes them both. And it makes it 8-7 now, Panthers. And across the timeline now come the Panthers. Into the left corner is Hoyt. Hoyt drives left baseline, puts it up, under, lays it, no good. Rebounded by Holden. Holden back the other way for the Bulldogs. Panthers up by 1. Now over to Talmadge. She'll try to drive in by the right wing. Can't do it. And they kick it back out to the outside. Now Moline, top of the key now. Over to Moline on the left wing. She'll drive in. Puts it up in the lane. Shot no good. And it's going to be saved, but back over to Addison Auth. Addison Auth across the timeline for the Panthers. Now over to Chloe Auth. Chloe back at center over to Klaus. Klaus now to McMahon, who's in the left corner. Around the horn they go, back over to Hoyt. Hoyt right wing. 3-ball. Rims out, no good. Rebounded by McMahon. McMahon tries to save it, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Boyceville, so it will stay Panther ball. Sabelko and Kurth come back in as Chloe Auth and Addison Auth take a seat. So McMahon to inbound it to our left. Panthers lead 8-7. 11:49 remaining in the first half. Inbounds it to Sabelko. Sabelko over to McMahon. McMahon now to Paschal, who's in. To Kurth. Kurth gets trapped inside. Has to get it back out to the corner to Paschal. Now to McMahon. McMahon bounce pass to Glaus on the outside over to Sabelko. Sabelko right wing. Inside to McMahon. McMahon kicks it back out to the left wing. Paschal. 3-ball shot. No good. Rebounded by Glaus. Glaus in the left corner. Here comes the trap. Knocked out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say it's off of Glaus. It goes out of bounds. It is a Boyceville ball. And so inbounding it now to Engelman. Engelman now back over to Moline. Full court Panther press. Panthers lead by 1, 8-7. And quickly across the timeline, ball thrown out of bounds. It's Panther ball. So inbounded to Sabelko. And Sabelko now across the timeline over to Paschal. Paschal now back to Sabelko. Sabelko inside to Kurth. Kurth spin move in the lane, up and in. Nice move by Victoria Kurth to make it 10-7 Panthers. And to Moline now. Full court Panther press once again. And Moline across the timeline now gets it over to Engelman. Engelman now onto the wing over to Moline. Moline tries to, or check that, that's Jeske. Tries to drive inside. They have to kick it back out to the wing now over to Talmadge. Talmadge right wing. Drives inside, puts up the shot. No good. Rebounded by Kurth. Kurth to Sabelko. Sabelko quickly across the timeline over to Glaus. Glaus now into McMahon, into the corner to Sabelko. Head fakes at the top of the key. Steps back now to Kurth. Kurth in the lane. Stop shot short. No good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. That's Jeske with the rebound. Back the other way they come. Into the lane is Jeske. Puts up the shot hard off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Glaus. Glaus to Sabelko. Sabelko over to Paschal. Paschal back to Sabelko. Top of the key now over to McMahon. McMahon left corner. Sabelko top of the key inside to Kurth. Out to the right wing to Glaus. Glaus to Sabelko. Fakes the 3. Comes over to the top of the key. Back to McMahon. Left corner. 3-ball shot off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Glaus. Glaus bounce pass back out to Sabelko on the right wing. Now pass is tipped, intercepted, but now it's a loose ball. But coming up with it is the Bulldogs. Shot put up over, lays it, no good. Rebounded by Paschal. Back the other way we go. Here come the Panthers. Bomb to Kurth. Kurth up and off the back of the rim. Crashing the glass is Sabelko. And Kurth actually were fighting for the ball. Sabelko tried to put up the shot. She gets fouled. And she'll go to the line for 2. Foul will be on Talmadge, her first. 15 foul, 10-7 Panthers, 9:36 remaining in the first half. Thank you to Shaw's LP Gas and Appliance, downtown Durand, offering Whirlpool appliances along with installation and service of other appliances too at Shaw's LP Gas and Appliance, downtown Durand. First free throw good. NTech, your premier communications and entertainment provider, Durand, and Endless Summer Fitness and Tanning. Look and feel your best at Endless Summer Fitness and Tanning, downtown Durand. The second free throw is good by Sabelko to make it 12-7 Panthers. So inbounded to Engelman now. Engelman now over to Moline. Full court Panther press once again. Moline gets across the timeline now. Pass over to Engelman. Engelman on the left side of the lane has to kick it back out to the outside. And once again, we'll try to put up a shot. Oh, is that a long 2 from the wing? And that was Jeske with that shot. 12-9 now Panthers. And across the timeline come the Panthers. Inside now to Auth. Auth back out to Paschal. Whistle jump. As Paschal fighting for it with Talmadge, and it'll go back to the Bulldogs. So inbounding it now is Moline to Talmadge. Talmadge now full court Panther press. Panthers lead 12-9. And back over to Moline. Still not across the timeline. Now gets across the timeline. Whistle travel. So we'll go back the other way. Panther ball. Whistle timeout Boyceville with 8:51 remaining in the first half and 12-9 Panthers. Thank you to the Jerry Thompson Insurance Agency, a division of Ansay and Associates, hometown agents representing you, not in individual insurance companies. The Amplify Clinic Mondovi, now open in Mondovi. Amplify Clinic brought to you by Gunderson Health. Also, Jerry Bear & Sons, featuring dog and pet food from Nutrisource and Diamond, located by Annabis Silo, Highway 25 Durand. Riverland Energy, your Touchstone Energy partner. The Chen Fitzsmith Funeral Home, serving the Mondovi area. Find out about pre-planning funeral services by calling 926-3630 or visit chenfit-smithfuneralhome.com. And Bauer Bill Tire and Service. Let Bauer Bill take care of all of your automotive needs under one roof. Give them a call at 672-8300 or find them online at bauerbilt.com. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business. Tell them thank you for supporting our broadcasts. Without their help, we wouldn't be here tonight at Boyceville High School. Okay, we are ready to go. As Sabelko to inbound it just in front of us. 12-9 Panthers lead, 8:51 remaining in the first half. Inbounded to Chloe Oth. Oth across the timeline now to Paschal. Paschal on the right wing. Back to Oth. Oth now to Addison Oth in the lane. Loses the ball from behind. And coming up with it is the Bulldogs. Back the other way come the Bulldogs. Kick it back out to the wing. 3 ball on the way. Shot no good. Tip, 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 tip. It's going to be off of Moline. 3 ball put up by Talmadge. It'll be Panther ball once again. And inbounded now to Oth. That's Chloe Oth across the timeline now to Sabelko. Sabelko to Oth. Oth back at center over to Sabelko. Inside to Addison Oth now. Addison Oth to Paschal on the right wing to Sabelko. Sabelko to Chloe Oth. Inside to Addison Oth. Here comes the trap. They kick it back out to the wing. Paschal, 3 ball from the right wing. Shot no good. Rebounded by Talmadge. And Talmadge now over to Engelman. Engelman now inside to Moline. Tries to drive left baseline. Up and in. So 12-11 Panthers. Over to Sabelko now. Sabelko back to Oth. Oth to Kurth. Kurth in the right corner. Wants to drive right baseline. Can't do it. Around the horn we go. Chloe Oth now at center. Tries to drive inside. Can't do it. Over to Paschal. Paschal left wing. Comes down into the corner now. Over to Addison Oth to Sabelko, or to Kurth. Kurth, 3 ball top of the key. Shot off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. Outside shooting has not been the Panthers' best friend tonight. Over to Moline. Moline now over to Engelman. Engelman, she'll drive inside. Puts up a tough shot. Rims up and in. And the Bulldogs lead 13-12. Back the other way comes Sabelko. Sabelko now over to Oth. Oth to Addison Oth. Addison Oth now to Kurth. Kurth in the left corner. Inside to Addison Oth. Tries to drive inside. Shot blocked. And then coming up with the loose ball of the Bulldogs. Back over to Engelman. Engelman now over to Moline. Moline on the left wing. Moline now back to Engelman. Engelman comes back out towards center. And now over to Jeske. Jeske drives inside. Over. Lays it. No good. Loose ball. Paschal comes up with it. Over to Sabelko. Sabelko comes across the timeline. Bulldogs lead 13-12. Over to Oth. Oth now back to Sabelko. Sabelko top of the key. Back to Chloe Oth. Chloe Oth left corner. 3 ball. Shot rims out. No good. Knocked out of bounds by the Bulldogs. It'll be Panther ball. Paschal comes out. Hoyt comes in. 13-12 Bulldogs, 6:40 remaining in the first half. All right, and Chloe Oth to inbound it to our left. And Chloe looking, gets it over to Kurth. Kurth now over to Sabelko. Sabelko left corner, tries to drive inside to Kurth to the wing. Back to Chloe Oth left corner. Back over to Kurth left wing. To Addison Oth over to Sabelko right wing. 3 ball on the way. Shot off the back of the rim, no good. Crashing the glasses, Kurth. Kurth gets the rebound, kicks it back out to the wing. Addison Oth fakes the 3 now to Hoyt. Hoyt right to wing. Shot no good on the 3 ball. And Sabelko comes up with it, falls down, but manages to get it to Adesanoff and whistle and a foul. Foul will be on Moline. And so inbounded to Auth. Auth to Adesanoff, can't hang on. And back the other way come the Bulldogs. And so Bulldogs now have it in the corner. Over to number 22, and that is Hellendrung. Hellendrung tries to put up a shot, can't do it. Now back over to Engelman. Engelman now, top of the key. Round the horn we go, over to Moline. Moline now on the left wing. Fakes right, goes left, tries to drive inside. Nearly does lose the ball as Sabelko with the theft. Sabelko back the other way. Bounce pass to Kurth. Kurth kicks it back out to the wing. Round the horn we go now. Sabelko, right corner, 3-ball shot off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Talmadge. And Talmadge now back across the timeline. Over to Engelman. Engelman now retreats back from the right wing. 3-ball put up, no good. Rebounded by Adesanoff to Chloe to Sabelko. 13-12 Panthers, or Bulldogs rather. Into the right corner to Hoyt. Back out to the top of the key to Chloe Auth. Chloe Auth now back over to Kurth. Kurth left wing. Kurth tries to drive inside, can't do it. Faking the 3 now inside to Sabelko. Sabelko inside to Adesanoff. Overlays it. Hoyt though with the rebound. Up, count it, foul. And so the foul will be on the Bulldogs. I think that's on Jeske. Sabelko comes out. Kurth comes out. No, they're going to have it on Hellenberg. Okay, number 22. All right, so to complete the 3-point play is Hoyt. And is good. And the Panthers lead by 2, 15-13. 4:52 remaining. Over to Jeske now. And Jeske not across the timeline, passes it over to Engelman. Engelman across the timeline now, though, for the Bulldogs. Over to Holden. Holden has to kick it back out now to Jeske. Jeske drives in from the wing, up and in. Tied at 15. 4:30 remaining in the half. Coming up, our Jerry Thompson Insurance Agency and Security Financial Bank halftime show. Inside pass to Adesanoff. Overlays it, no good. Bulldogs rebounded. Back the other way come the Bulldogs. 3-ball! And that is from the left wing is Jeske. And the Bulldogs now up by 3, 18-15. And across the timeline now comes Auth to McMahon. McMahon back to Chloe Auth, top of the key. Tries to drive inside. Bounce pass inside to Adesanoff. Overlays it, no good. And I think we get a foul. Oh, nope, they're going to say out of bounds. Okay, it was out of bounds on the Panthers. All right, so inbounded now to Jeske. So Jeske now comes across the timeline for the Bulldogs, leading by 3. Jeske bounce pass over to Talmadge. 3-ball on the way, shot no good. Rebounded by Adesanoff. Adesanoff now over to Chloe Auth. Chloe Auth now to McMahon. On the wing to Glaus. Glaus looking for a cutter from the corner, can't find it. Over to Hoyt now. Hoyt left wing, does not take the 3. Now to Chloe Auth. Chloe Auth on the left wing, back over to Hoyt. Hoyt top of the key now to McMahon. McMahon over to Glaus, back to McMahon. Cross-court pass to Chloe Auth, tipped, but she comes up with it anyway. Whistle and a foul. Foul on Talmadge, up her second. And so Glaus comes out, Adesanoff comes out, Kurth comes back in, Sabelko in. 1-1 for Chloe Auth. Panthers down by 3. Bulldogs leading 18-15. First free throw is good. Again, coming up, our Jerry Thompson Insurance Agency and Security Financial Bank halftime show. Next free throw on the way by Auth is good. She makes them both. 18-17 Bulldogs. Inbounded now to Moline. Full court Panther press. Moline now still not across the timeline.
Here comes the trap, stolen by McMahon. McMahon got it over to Sabelko, whistling a foul. Sabelko put the shot up, and foul's going to be on number 20, and that's going to be on Moline. So going to the line for the 1-and-1, or going to the line for 2 is Sabelko. Thank you to the Cottage, from floral arrangements to gifts for mom. Yep, Valentine's just around the corner. Visit the Cottage, downtown Durand. The JKO Auto Body Shop with car restoration and collision repair. And it's the JKO Auto Body Shop, Madison Street, Durand. Whistle, jump ball as Hoyt fighting for it. I think it'll stay Panther ball. That first free throw no good on the 1-and-1. So Chloe off to inbound it to our left. Off to inbound it. Bounce pass inside to Kurth. Kurth now kicks it back out to Hoyt. Hoyt top of the key. 3-ball on the way. Shot no good. Tip. And coming up with it is McMahon. McMahon back over to Sabelko. Sabelko to Hoyt. Hoyt nearly lost it, but retreats back to the corner now over to Kurth. Kurth over to McMahon at the top of the key to Chloe off. Left corner. 3-ball. Shot off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Hoyt. Hoyt puts up the shot high off the glass. Up and in. And now it's the Panthers leading 19-18. Inbounded to Talmadge. Talmadge has the ball knocked out of bounds from behind by Chloe Oth. So inbounded now to Hellendrung. Hellendrung now to Jeske. Jeske in the lane, puts up a tough shot high off the glass, no good. Loose ball, and Bulldogs come up with it. That was Holden, but it's stolen, and Chloe Oth comes up with it. Chloe Oth over to Sabelko. Sabelko across the timeline now back to Chloe Oth. Inside to Kurth. Kurth kicks it back out to the wing. McMahon left wing. 3-ball shot scored by Allison McMahon with the 3. 22-18 Panthers. Back the other way it comes Talmadge. Talmadge gets it across the timeline over to Jeske. Whistle, travel. It'll be Panther ball. Minute 58 remaining in the half. McMahon comes out and Addison Oth comes in. So inbounded now to Chloe Oth. Across the timeline now over to Kurth. Kurth inside to Addison Oth. On the left baseline, whistle foul. She'll go to the line for 2. Foul will be on Chelsea Holden. Thank you to the Durand Fresh Market, your hometown grocery store, Durand Fresh Market. Don't forget to download the Fresh Market app for additional savings. And visit freshmarketwy.com for more information. Numbers are us, your daily money managers, 3rd Avenue West, Durand. Give Rhonda a call at 672-8093. Find out how a daily money manager can help your family and, more importantly, protect your family. Both free throws no good. And so now Engelman will bring it across the timeline for the Panthers. Or for the Bulldogs, rather. Pass tipped and intercepted, and coming up with it is Sabelko. Sabelko back the other way, up and in. And so now quickly back the other way come the Bulldogs, intercepted by Chloe Oth. Chloe Oth back the other way to Sabelko. Sabelko now down to the right wing. Panthers up 24-18. Oth to Kurth. Kurth left corner. 3-ball shot no good. And it's tipped, and coming up with it is the Bulldogs. Coming up with it was Hellendrung. Hellendrung now over to Talmadge. Talmadge comes down to the right wing. Talmadge, bounce pass inside, tipped, but coming up with it is Engelman. Whistle and a timeout. Timeout Boyceville with 1:05 remaining. 24-18 Panthers. Thank you to Durand Smokehouse. Visit Durand Smokehouse now. They're getting ready for that hog sale at Durand Smokehouse, Highway 85 Durand. Don't forget to ask about those beef and pork bundles too. And Provisions Health, 3rd Avenue West Durand. Healthcare your way. Find out more at provisions.health. 24/7 and West Wisconsin Telecom, building smart fiber optic communities from the ground up. Find out more. Visit wwt.coop. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business. Tell them thank you for supporting our broadcast. Without their help, we wouldn't be here tonight. So the timeout is over with, and it will be Boyceville ball. Panthers lead 24-18, 1:05 remaining. Talmadge inbounds it now to Engelman. Engelman bounce pass now over to Jeske. Jeske drives into the lane, kicks it back out to the wing now. Back over to Engelman. Engelman now back to Jeske inside. She'll drive inside. Shot. Count it. Foul. Foul will be on Hoyt. And so going to the line to complete the three-point play is Jeske. I have her unofficially with 11 tonight. And free throw on the way. Off the back of the rim, no good. And so Hoyt with the rebound. Back to Sabelko. Sabelko quickly up the far side. Across the timeline to the top of the key. Over to Hoyt. Hoyt right wing. Hoyt now looking for a cutter. No one there. Hoyt now over to Kurth. Kurth now to off to Sabelko. Sabelko left corner. Back to Hoyt. Hoyt back towards center. Now to Kurth. Kurth to Sabelko. 27 seconds remaining. Now over to Hoyt. Hoyt left corner. Three ball for Emma Hoyt. To make it 27-20, 19 seconds remaining. Boyceville will go for the last shot. Over to Engelman. Engelman now inside to Holden. Holden has to kick it back out to the wing now. 11 seconds remaining. Engelman now inside to Holden. Holden in the right corner to Engelman. Puts up a shot, whistling a foul. And I think she'll go to the line for two. Foul, I think, is going to be on Addison Oth. Yep. So Talmadge now will go to the line for two. 3 seconds remaining. Then our Jerry Thompson Insurance Agency and Security Financial Bank halftime show coming up. First free throw was good. Next free throw on the way is good. She makes them both. So 27-22 Panthers with 3 seconds remaining. Addison Oth to inbound it. And ball's tipped out of bounds with 2.8 seconds remaining. Knocked out of bounds by Engelman. And so now Addison Oth on the far side by the Panther bench. Kurth now to inbound it. Inbounds it to Hoyt. Hoyt to Addison Oth. Three ball shot. Oh, rims out. No good. And we are at halftime as the Panthers lead 27-22. And you are listening to Durand-Arkansaw girls basketball on WRDN.
Time for the SFB Security Financial Bank and the Jerry Thompson Insurance Agency halftime show. Brought to you by Security Financial Bank. Secure your future at Security Financial Bank, Durand, River Falls, Eau Claire, Ladysmith, Bloomer, and Black River Falls. And by the Jerry Thompson Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agent, downtown Durand.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Your Auto Owners agent serving the Durand area is Jerry Thompson Insurance, a division of Ansay and Associates.
ABC News, I'm Richard Cantu. Israel and top leadership of Hamas have agreed to the core elements of a Gaza hostage release and ceasefire. Haggling continues over the details.
ABC News learning the details of a potential deal are broken up into three main phases, starting with the release of 33 hostages, including at least 2 Americans. Over the next 42 days, Israeli forces would withdraw from parts of Gaza and allow much-needed aid in. The Biden administration, Qatar, Egypt, and the incoming Trump administration all involved.
ABC's Ian Pannell in Tel Aviv. Capital One says it's deeply disappointed after the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau sued the bank, asserting it cheated account holders out of more than $2 billion in savings account interest. Brown-Forman, maker of Jack Daniels, said it's reducing its global workforce by 12%. It's also closing its Louisville barrel-making plant. This is ABC News.
Welcome to Staples.
I am so pumped. My business is going to kill it this year.
Awesome. How can I help?
First, a new computer.
With Staples Home and Office Hot Deals, you save big on tech.
And new posters.
Save on custom printing, too.
And,
a new chair?
A chair? Who has time to sit?
Maybe all your new clients?
Now you're talking.
With Staples Home and Office Hot Deals, you'll find huge savings on custom prints, storage, chairs, and tech. And now save up to $175 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 2/1.
After you use Bounce dryer sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less staticky your laundry can be, you'll put a sheet on it every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Put a sheet on it. Or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Put a sheet on it. Maybe even your chatty coworker who keeps distracting you. Okay, Bounce dryer sheets can't do it all. But for fresher, softer, better laundry, put a sheet on it with Bounce.
Attention all egg producers, it's the 2025 Chippewa Valley Egg Conference Thursday, February 20th from 9 to 3:30 at Florian Gardens, Eau Claire. This full-day event presented by Security Financial Bank features a keynote address by ag strategist Doug Johnson, breakout sessions on tax planning, dairy market updates, and more, plus a panel discussion on modern ag challenges and opportunities. Registration is $30 and includes lunch. Register by February 13th. Visit sfbank.com for registration information. SFB, member FDIC.
Greg Gard shoots for win number 200 at Wisconsin as the 24th-ranked Badgers host Ohio State in Big Ten action at the Kohl Center tonight. I'm Bill Scott with sports. Gard's 199 wins in Madison ranked 4th in school history. The Badgers and Buckeyes tip at 8 p.m. on Peacock. 7th-ranked in Big East Lady Marquette is also in action tonight. The Golden Eagles on the road at DePaul. Marquette 5-0 in league play, a half game up on St. John's and UConn. Bucks return to action as well tonight. They're hosting the Sacramento Kings at Fiserv Forum. Longtime Packers quarterbacks coach Tom Clements is retiring after 14 seasons in Green Bay and 25 years in the NFL. Clements spent time mentoring Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and now Jordan Love. Packers coach Matt LaFleur met with reporters this morning to wrap up the recent season. LaFleur said the next step for quarterback Jordan Love is to be more vocal in his leadership of the football team. Phil Scott, Wisconsin Radio Network.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
Your hometown auto owner's insurance agents working for you. The Jerry Thompson Insurance Agency, downtown Durand.
Busch returns for Race of Champions. I'm Susie Armstrong. The story next on NASCAR Today.
A new season is fast approaching. Stay up to date with all the changes for 2025 on NASCAR Hot Pass.
It has potential to help out all the teams. You know, Gabehart is a incredibly smart person.
From crew chief and driver changes to schedule enhancements, NASCAR Hot Pass has it covered.
Schedule variation works, and it's proven that it works.
NASCAR Hot Pass, weekday mornings on the Motor Racing Network.
The Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR. The green flag flies on the 2025 NASCAR season with the Clash at Bowman Gray Stadium, February 2nd.
Drivers, start your engine!
The NASCAR Cup Series, NASCAR Xfinity Series, and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Catch all the action on the voice of NASCAR for over 55 years, the Motor Racing Network. Kurt Busch is stepping out of retirement for a special reason. The 2004 NASCAR Cup Series champion is returning to Australia in March to compete with extreme sports superstar Travis Pastrana as Team USA in the annual Race of Champions. Both drivers have finished second in the prestigious affair and are gunning for the Nations Cup trophy this time around. The two-driver team of Busch and Pastrana will face elite duos from several countries who have competed in nearly every discipline of motorsport, including four-time Formula One world champion Sebastian Vettel, current F1 ace Valtteri Bottas, and nine-time FIA World Rallycross champ Sebastian Loeb. I'm Susie Armstrong. This is NASCAR Today on the Motor Racing Network.
At Security Financial Bank, we understand what it takes to grow what matters. We know success doesn't happen overnight. It takes honest work, day in and day out. We value trust, leadership, and service. We are SFB, bankers who believe in your farm, your family, your future. Bankers who believe in you. Learn more at sfbank.com. Member FDIC.
For the latest news and issues affecting agriculture, join me, Chip Flory, with AgriTalk weekdays at 1 on Real Country, 1430 WRDN.
Welcome back to Boyceville High School halftime as the Panthers lead 27-22 from the JV game earlier tonight on our Durand Fresh Market scoreboard. Durand-Arkansaw won that game 50-36. And so other games on the Durand Fresh Market scoreboard include Durand-Arkansaw taking on McDonald Central in boys hoops tonight. Prescott is at Ellsworth in girls hoops. Osceola at Ellsworth. In boys hoops, St. Croix Central at Baldwin-Woodville. In girls hoops, it is also St. Croix Central at Amory in boys basketball tonight. Along with Colfax at Mondovi and girls basketball as well. You can follow the Durand Fresh Market scoreboard on the sports page of our website at realcountry1430.com. We have second half action coming up next. It's Durand-Arkansaw girls high school basketball on WRDN Durand.
The real deals come from Durand Fresh Market, and they can be found online. Download the Fresh Market Rewards app and sign up to have weekly deal alerts sent right to your phone. Find digital coupons and specials and earn reward points every time you shop at Durand Fresh Market. It's easy to use the app. Just add coupons and scan the app at the checkout. It's that easy. Visit the website at shopfreshmarkets.com for the latest weekly ad, extra national coupons, or to make product suggestions. Your hometown grocery store is Durand Fresh Market, downtown Durand, and online at shopfreshmarkets.com.
When your reputation is on the line, go to the Midwest leader, Bauer Built Tire and Service, for all your tire and service repair needs. They've been supplying cars, SUVs, light and medium truck tires, as well as farm tires since 1944. Plus, they've built their reputation on services such as alignments, brakes, and suspension work that will exceed your expectations. Stop in today at Bauer Built Tire and Service on Mall Drive in Eau Claire and in Durand. Bauer Built on service.
Turn your smartphone into a radio. Download the free Android app at realcountry1430.com. Brought to you by Prime Realty of Durand.
Welcome back to Boyceville High School as we get ready now for the second half. Panthers leading by a score of 27-22. Boyceville will get the ball to start. Panthers will be going from left to right. Boyceville right to left here in this second half. So, inbounded to Talmadge, and we are underway. Talmadge now over to Engman. Engman now back to Talmadge, top of the key. Over to Engman. Engman to Talmadge. Talmadge to Engman. They're staying on the outside. Panthers look like they're in a 3-2 zone. Now pass is tipped by Chloe Oth, but Talmadge came back up with it. Now back over to Moline, top of the key. Bounce pass to the right wing now. Over to Holden. Holden tries to get it back to the outside. Knocked out of bounds by Sabelko. And so inbounded once again to Engemann. Engemann back towards center. Staying on the outside over to Moline. This Panthers again in a 3-2 zone. Back to Engemann. Engemann tries to drive inside, can't do it. Now back to Moline. Moline over to Engemann. Engemann will try to drive in from the right wing. Pass knocked down by Hoyt. Over to Edison Oth. Back to Sabelko. Sabelko back the other way. Inside to Kurth. Kurth puts up the shot. Underlays it. No good. Gets her own rebound. Puts it up. Underlays it. No good. Chloe Oth with the rebound. Back to Sabelko on the left wing. Now over to Addison Oth. Addison Oth to Hoyt. Hoyt now looking for a cutter inside to Sabelko. Sabelko puts up the shot. No good. Boy, the Panthers have been just missing the bunnies here tonight. Quickly back the other way come the Bulldogs. Hoyt knocks the ball away, and Chloe Oth comes up with it. Chloe Oth back the other way over to Kurth bounce passes Sabelko, underlays it. Chloe Oth with the rebound, overlays it. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. Now to Maylene. Maylene across the timeline rather. And 27-22 Panthers. Shot put up, shot no good. Rebounded by Hoyt. Hoyt now to Chloe Oth. And across the timeline comes Oth. Oth now over to Hoyt. Hoyt to Kurth. Kurth now back to Chloe Oth in the left corner. Back to the top of the key is Sabelko. Inside to Addison Oth. Drives the lane, puts up the shot, underlays it. No good. Whistle and a foul. And a foul will be on number 14. That's going to be on Holden. Going to the line for 2 is Addison Oth. Thank you to the Riverside Grill. Visit the Riverside Grill for their daily specials. Don't forget about that Friday Fish Fry 2. And that's the Riverside Grill, downtown Durand. First free throw is good. O'Galley Cheese Factory featuring homemade pizza. Don't forget the O'Galley Cheese Factory. All that great cheese, too. Highway 25 Durand. Next free throw on the way. Off the back of the rim, no good. And rebounded by the Bulldogs. Coming back the other way now are the Bulldogs. And that is Jeske. Jeske now over to Moline. She'll try to drive inside. Kicks it out to the wing. On the baseline shot, no good. And Chloe Oth with the rebound. Has to dribble her way out of it, and she does. Lets everybody go by, and she'll come across the timeline. Panthers lead 28-22. To Sabelko. Sabelko now to Hoyt, top of the key. Now to Kurth. Kurth inside to Addison Oth. Kicks it back out to Sabelko, top of the key. 3-ball on the way. Sawyer Sabelko with the big 3. 31-22 now, Panthers. Jeske now not across the timeline. Has Sabelko in her way. Gets across the timeline. Here comes the trap at center court. Whistle, foul. I think foul's going to be on Addison Oth. Nope. It's going to be on Victoria Kurth. All right. So it'll stay Bulldog ball. Panthers lead 31-22, 15-17 remaining. Shot put up, whistle, foul on the inbound pass to Moline. And the foul on the Panthers, and that's going to be on Victoria Kurth. Going to the line for 2 is Moline. Thank you to Martin Transport. Visit martin.com for the latest job opportunities. It's better in blue at Martin Transport. Free throw on the way is good. Cell Block. Visit the Cell Block for their daily specials. Love the bacon cheeseburger sandwiches, too, by the way. They use Durand Fresh Market meat, too. And also, don't forget about those Friday fish fries from the Cell Block downtown Durand. Second free throw, no good. And so now makes it 31-23 Panthers. And 15:06 remaining. And across the timeline now over to Chloe Oth. Chloe Oth inside to Addison Oth, driving down the lane, up and in. So 33-23 now, Panthers. And Bulldogs now across the timeline. And over to Engelman. She tries to drive in from the right wing. Shot put up, no good. Knocked out of bounds by Chloe Oth. It'll stay Bulldog ball. And so Jeske, check that, Moline to inbound it. Inbounds it to Jeske. Jeske in the lane. Fakes left, goes right, fakes back again on the spin. Up and in. Oh, nice move. I have her for 15. 33-25 Panthers. And Chloe Oth now across the timeline. Tries to drive inside. Theft. And it's stolen. Talmadge with the steal. Back the other way. Up and in. As she passed it off to Moline. And inside to Sabelko. Sabelko's shot partially blocked. And back the other way now come the Bulldogs. And whistle and a foul. Travel, rather. So travel on the Bulldogs. So it will go back to the Panthers. And Addison Oth to inbound it. 33-27 Panthers. So inbounded now to Oth. Oth across the timeline now over to Jaden Glaus. Top of the key now over to Addison Oth. Addison Oth now back to Chloe Oth on the left wing. Tries to drive inside, can't do it. To McMahon. McMahon now over to Hoyt. White right wing, fakes right, comes back out to the left, to the top of the key now over to Oth. Off to Glaus. Glaus on the left wing. Works off the screen. Back out to McMahon. McMahon to Chloe Oth on the right wing. Trying to work off the screen. Nobody open inside. Back to Addison Oth over to White. White left wing. White fakes right. Goes left. Drives in from the wing. Under. Lays it. No good. Whistle and a jump ball. It'll stay Panther ball. Chloe Oth fighting for that rebound. So Chloe Oth to inbound it to our right. Oth looking outside now to McMahon. McMahon to Glaus. Glaus left wing over to Chloe Oth, left corner. Chloe Oth tries to drive inside. Top of the key to Addison Oth. Now to White. White right wing. Squares up. 3-ball on the way. Emma White with another 3. She has 11. 36-27 Panthers. Bulldogs now quickly back across the timeline the other way. That is Moline. Moline put up a 15-footer. Shot no good. Saved by the Bulldogs, but stealing it is Chloe Oth. Chloe Oth now lets everybody go by her, and she'll come up across the timeline for the Panthers. Over to White now. White back to McMahon. McMahon now to Addison Oth. Addison Oth to the wing now. That's Glaus. Right wing. 3-ball. Shot's good by Glaus. With the 3. 39-27. Panthers lead. 12:39 remaining. And a whistle and a foul. And I think foul's going to be on the Panthers. I think it's going to be on Chloe Oth. All right. So inbounding it on the far side will be Eggman, and Lenderville in now for Talmadge, and inbounded now to Lenderville. We'll pass it off to Moline. Moline on the left wing. Moline now looking for a cutter over to Eggman. Eggman now will try to get it inside. Oh, whistle and a foul, and that's going to be on McMahon. Kurth and Sabelko come out. White comes out, and Addison Oth come out. All right. Inbounding it to our left is Moline. Moline inside now to Hellendrung. Hellendrung puts it up and in. 39-29 Panthers. Across the timeline comes Oth. That's Chloe Oth. Oth now over to Sabelko. Sabelko now tries to drive in from the right wing. Has to kick it back out to the wing to Kurth. Kurth to Sabelko. Top of the key now over to Chloe Oth. Left wing tries to drive inside. Back to McMahon. McMahon to Sabelko. Left wing. 3-ball on the way. Sawyer Sabelko with the 3. And inbounded now to Lunderville. Full court Panther press. She hands it back off to Moline to Lunderville. Pass is tipped, and Chloe Oth with the tip pass manages. Kurth comes up with the loose ball. And back to Chloe Oth. Over to Glaus left corner. Inside to McMahon. Whistle and a foul. Foul will be on Lenderville. So Chloe Oth to inbound it to our right. She'll come out, and Talmadge will come back in for the Bulldogs. And so Oth to inbound it. Oth looking and gets it over to Glaus. Glaus left wing. 3-ball shot. No good. And it's going to be off of McMahon. Okay. 42-29 Panthers. 11:31 remaining here in the game. And inbounded now to Engelman. Engelman now to Moline. Moline still not across the timeline. Now does get across the timeline. Trying to work through the trap. She's in trouble. And pass nearly intercepted, but the Bulldogs come up with it. That is Hellendrung. Can't put up the shot. And now she's going to throw it. She was trying to find someone to throw it to and ends up throwing it out of bounds. Timeout, Boyceville. 11:10 remaining in the game. Panthers lead 42-29. Thank you to Durand Improvement Group. Many hands make light work. Volunteer to help with the community events. Visit DurandImprovementGroup.org. Also, the Paul Slusher Insurance Agency, your American Family Insurance agent serving the Durand and Chippewa Falls area. American Family Insurance, insurance that fits your needs. At Ryan Sports Shop. For all of your ice fishing and other outdoor needs, it's Ryan Sports Shop, downtown Durand. And Riverside Plaza, now open for all of your car care needs. Riverside Plaza, located right at Durand Napa, Madison Street, Durand. Annabis Silo, your Husqvarna and Toro Lawn and Garden Equipment dealer, Highway 25 Durand. They also do small engine repair. And Bauer Plumbing and Septic Service Durand, offering plumbing and septic services for new home construction or home repair. Call Chris at 672-8224. Please thank our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business, tell them thank you for supporting our broadcasts. Without their help, we would not be here tonight at Boyceville High School. So the timeout is complete. Panther ball, and McMahon to inbound it on the far side. Panthers leading 42-29. Inbounded to Chloe Oth. And Oth across the timeline now over to Sabelko. Sabelko to Oth, staying on the outside. She's at center. Oth to Sabelko. Sabelko now. Whoop, whistle to foul. Foul be on number 35. That's going to be on Talmadge. It'll stay Panther ball, and Sabelko to inbound it right in front of us. Addison Oth coming in now for McMahon. Hoyt coming in now for Glaus. Inbounded to Chloe Oth. Across the timeline, back to Sabelko. Sabelko to Addison Oth to Hoyt. Hoyt now back to Chloe Oth on the left wing. To Sabelko, top of the key, back to Chloe Oth, left wing. Three ball on the way. Chloe Oth with the three. 45-29 now, Panthers. Engelman now gets it across the timeline now over to Moline. Moline now. Bounce pass inside to Helendrung. Helendrung loses the ball. Chloe Oth fighting for it. Jump ball. It'll stay Boyceville ball. And so inbounding it to our left is Moline. Panthers lead 45-29. Inbounded now to Talmadge. Talmadge, three ball shot, no good. Tip. Coming up with it is Helendrung after it's tipped out to her. Back around the horn we go now. Bounce pass over to Moline. Moline left corner. Tries to drive left baseline. Can't do it. Now over to Talmadge. Talmadge left wing. She's going to try to drive inside. Puts up a tough shot off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Hoyt. Hoyt over to Chloe Oth. To Addison Oth. Across the timeline. Down to the right wing. Back to Chloe Oth. Oth now. Look, long cross-court pass to Kurth. Kurth left wing. Back to Sabelko. Inside to Addison Oth. To Chloe Oth. To Hoyt. Back to Chloe Oth on the left wing. Inside to Kurth. Oh, she couldn't hang on. If she could have hung on, it would have been an easy shot for her. Goes out of bounds. Bulldog ball. 45-29 Panthers. And so inbounded now to Engelman. Still not across the timeline yet. Over to Talmadge. Full court Panther press. She'll get up across the timeline with Chloe Oth. Gardner. And coming from behind was Hoyt to knock it out of bounds. It'll stay Bulldog ball. So inbounding on the far side will be Moline in front of the Bulldog bench. Inbounds it now to Jeske. Jeske trying to drive in from the right wing. Here comes the trap. She's in trouble. And bounce pass now over to Talmadge on the right wing. Gets it back out to the outside. Bounce pass inside. Loose ball kicked out of bounds by the Bulldogs. Panther ball. And inbounded to Chloe Oth. 45-29 Panthers lead. 9:16 remaining in the game. Across the timeline now to Sabelko. Sabelko down to the right wing now. Bounce pass to Chloe Oth. She'll try to drive inside. Can't do it. Kicks it out to the left wing. To Addison Oth now over to Sabelko. Right wing. Three ball on the way. Shot short. No good. Rebounded by Hoyt. Hoyt in the lane though. Kicks it back out to the outside to Kurth. Kurth to Chloe Oth. Top of the key over to Sabelko. Sabelko now inside to Addison Oth. Addison Oth to Hoyt. Hoyt under. Lays it. No good. Fighting for the ball. And whistle timeout. Timeout Panthers. 8:48 remaining. 45-29 Panthers. Thank you to the Goodrich Funeral Home, serving the Durand area for 5 generations. Find out about pre-planning services online at goodrichfh.com. Alcivia Co-op, your certified Cenex Roubaix Fieldmaster distributor, Alcivia Co-op. Security Financial Bank, secure your future with your community bank. Security Financial Bank, West Prospect Street, Durand, and Advent Health Durand. Time to feel whole with Advent Health. Visit adventhealth.com for more information. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business, tell them thank you for supporting our broadcast. Without their help, we wouldn't be here tonight, so please thank them. If you missed the Mondovi games from Friday night, you can watch them again on our website on our new video podcast page. Just go to our website at realcountry1430.com. Go to the video streaming tab. You'll see the video archives, and that's where our video podcast page is. You can also subscribe to our video podcast as well at WRDN Video at podbean.com. We're also on Apple Podcast as well. Hoyt now on the right or left wing rather, over to Sabelko. Sabelko inside to Kurth. Kurth left baseline, up and in off the glass. So now 40. And ball stolen by Chloe Oth, and whistling a foul. Foul will be on Boyceville, and it's going to be on Talmadge, her fourth. 47-29, Panthers. Going to the line for two is Chloe Oth. So yeah, we just started a new video podcast page, and we'll have our games archived there. First free throw was good. A lot of our interviews that we do, our video interviews. City council meetings as well. Again, that'll be on the video archive page of our website. Just go to the video tab. You can find it there. And if you subscribe to our video podcast, it's WRDN Video at podbean.com or WRDNvideo.podbean.com, I think is what it is. You can subscribe to our video podcast and our video podcast channel, so you're always notified when we have a new video posted. Next free throw was good. So it makes it 49-29 now, Panthers. And thank you to the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, the sponsor of our video services. Inbounded now to Jeske. And Glaus in now, guarding Jeske. Jeske finally gets across the timeline, but here comes the trap. And manages to get the pass off to Moline. Whistle and a foul. Foul will be on the Panthers. It's going to be on McMahon. Her second. So inbounding it on the far side is Moline. Inbounds it now to Jeske, back to Moline. Moline tries to dish it inside. Ball knocked down by Paschal. And coming up with it is Hoyt. Hoyt back the other way. 2-on-1. Puts up a shot high off the glass. Overlays it, no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. And back the other way comes Holden. Holden now over to Harvey, who is in. 3-ball on the way. Shot no good. And rebounded by Hoyt. Hoyt lets everybody go by. Now over to Glaus. Glaus, right wing rather, comes over to the free throw line. Now to the left wing. Back to Paschal, left corner. Back to Sabelko. Sabelko now inside to Hoyt. Hoyt in the lane. Fakes right, goes left, puts up a shot, whistling a foul. Foul be on number 21. That's going to be on Jeske. Her third. Going to the line for two is Hoyt. Thank you to Sundstrom & Company. It's tax time. Give Sundstrom & Company a call for your tax planning and needs. 672-4425 to schedule that appointment. First free throw good. Charles LP Gas and Appliance, downtown Durand, offering a full line of Whirlpool appliances along with installation and service. Also service other appliances too at Charles LP Gas and Appliance, downtown Durand. And Prime Realty of Durand, visit their website at primerealitymidwest.com. Prime Realty, they are the area's #1 home seller. Both free throws good. 51-29 Panthers. Full court Panther press, 7:34 remaining. Inbounded to Talmadge. And Sabelko with the steal. Theft by Sabelko. Overlays it, no good. And it's a loose ball, and the Bulldogs come up with it. Back the other way. Shot put up, no good. Whistle be on Glaus. Going to the line for two will be Jeske. Thank you to Adams Super Service, your Partners Network Car Care Center with complete auto service. That's Adams Super Service, downtown Durand. NTech, your premier communications and entertainment provider, Durand. Endless summer fitness and tanning with around-the-clock fitness and tanning access, Durand. The Jerry Thompson Insurance Agency, a division of Ansay and Associates. Hometown agents representing you, not individual insurance companies. First free throw, no good. And the Amplify Health Clinic, Mondovi. Brought to you by Gunderson Lutheran. That's Amplify Health, Mondovi. And next free throw on the way is no good. And a loose ball, and the Bulldogs come up with it. That's Jeske with the loose ball. She's going to come into the lane, kicks it back out to the wing. Now 3 ball on the way from the right wing. Shot no good. Rebounded by Kurth, who's back in. To Sabelko. Sabelko keeps it herself. Bounce pass inside to McMahon. Puts up the shot. It's good. And so 53-29 Panthers. And back the other way comes Boyceville. Inside now to Jeske. Jeske dishes it back out onto the wing. Shot no good. And loose ball. It will be off of Boyceville. All right, so McMahon to inbound it. Uh-oh, looks like it's free popcorn time. And so McMahon to inbound it here to our left. Oh, she's coming out, and Addison Oth will come in. Inbound it to Chloe Oth. 6:42 remaining in the game. Panthers up 53-29. Over to Kurth now. Kurth into the lane. Puts up the tough shot, up and in. Oh, wow, nice job by Victoria Kurth. Got her with 10 on the night so far. And across the timeline now comes Lenderville. Lenderville now over to Moline. Moline tries to drive in on the left side of the lane. Shot put up, no good. Rebounded by Paschal. Paschal to Addison Oth. Addison Oth back to Chloe Oth. Chloe Oth across the timeline to Paschal. Paschal left wing. Over to Addison Oth now. Addison Oth back at center. Comes down to the right wing. Over to Kurth. Kurth top of the key. 3 ball on the way. Shot's good by Victoria Kurth. 58-29 now. 5:57 remaining in the game. Panthers lead. And over to Engerman now. Engerman now to Lenderville. Drive in left baseline. Whistle foul. Foul will be on. It's going to be on Glaus, her third. And going for the 1-and-1 now is Lenderville. Bonus the rest of the way for the Bulldogs. And free throw on the way. Off the back of the rim, no good. And it's going to be out of bounds. Bulldogs trying to get that rebound. It'll be Panther ball. Full court Bulldog press now. Inbounded to Chloe out. Uh-oh, loose ball. And Glaus tried to... It was stolen, at least initially, by Jeske. Glaus tried to steal it back, goes out of bounds. It's Bulldog ball. So Lenderville to inbound it. Looking, and loose ball, and coming up with it is Victoria Kurth. After the inbound, bounce pass inside to Chloe Oth, up and in. 60-29, Panthers. And across the timeline now come the Bulldogs. That is Jeske. Jeske now over to Lenderville. Lenderville on the left wing. Back to Harvey. Onto the wing now. 3 ball on the way. Shot no good by Talmadge. Rebounded by the Bulldogs over to Jeske. Jeske puts up the shot off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Addison Oth. Addison Oth now, or Chloe Oth top the timeline to Addison Oth on the left wing. Now over to Glaus. Glaus right wing. She'll drive in. Stop. Shot. No good. Rims out. She'll go to the line for 2. And foul is going to be on number 12. It's going to be on Engelman, and so her second. So Glaus to the line for 2. And thank you to the Jerry Barron Sons with custom-made feed for livestock from Hubbard Feeds. Located by Annabeth Silo, Highway 25 Durand. First free throw good. Riverland Energy, your Touchstone Energy partner. The Chen Fitzsmith Funeral Home serving the Mondovi area. Find out about pre-planning funeral services by calling or visiting chenfit-smithfuneralhome.com. And Bowerbilt Tire and Service. Let them take care of your automotive needs under one roof. Give Bowerbilt Tire and Service a call. 672-8300 for more information. Second free throw, no good. 61-29, Panthers. Ball goes back to the Bulldogs. And so across the timeline now comes Lenderville. Lenderville keeps it herself. Now has to kick it back to the outside to Helendrung. Helendrung now over to Jeske. Jeske back to Holden. Holden now passes it off to Lenderville. Lenderville now to Helendrung at center. She'll come down to the right wing now. Passes off to Talmadge, and Talmadge now will try to get inside. Ball stolen, and coming up with it is Hoyt. Hoyt now across the timeline for the Panthers over to Chloe Oth. And inside to Hoyt. Hoyt driving the lane, overlays it, no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. That was Holden with the rebound. Back over to Jeske. Drives the other way, shot no good. Rebounded by Hoyt. Hoyt over to Chloe Oth. Chloe Oth across the timeline now to Kurth. Here comes, to Sabelko. Sabelko to Oth. Oth to McMahon. McMahon to Edison Oth on the left wing. Cross-court pass now to Sabelko. Back over to Hoyt on the left side. Now over to Edison Oth. 3-ball on the way. Edison Oth with the 3. 64-29 Panthers. 3:44 remaining. Our Bowerville Panther postgame show coming up. And over to Talmadge now. Talmadge back to Jeske. Jeske on the right wing. Jeske looking for a cutter. No one there now to Talmadge. Talmadge now has to pass it back off to Jeske. Jeske tries to drive inside. Puts up a hard shot. Rims out. No good. Rebounded by Hoyt. Hoyt to Sabelko. Sabelko quickly back the other way. Now we'll come back out to the top of the key. Cross-court pass to McMahon in the right corner. Back to Sabelko, top of the key. Over to Addison Oth, left wing. 3-ball shot, rims out, no good. Chloe Oth with the rebound. Here's the trap. She manages to get it out to Sabelko, to Addison Oth, over to Hoyt. Hoyt left corner. Hoyt now tries to drive in from the corner, drives into the lane, puts up a hard shot, up off the glass and in. And so 66-29 now Panthers. And across the timeline now over to Talmadge. Talmadge now hands it back off, and loose ball nearly stolen by Edison Oth, but Jeske does come up with it on the left wing. Now to Talmadge, drives into the lane. Nope, tries to dish it off. Loose ball, she gets it back again, whistling a foul. And it's going to be on Hoyt. And so got a bunch of changes here coming in for the Panthers now. A lot of reserves coming in. Paschal's coming in. Also, Pelkey's coming in. Glaus coming in. Olivia Mueller also now in. And it looks like McMahon is in too. And free throw on the way on the 1-and-1. Shot no good. Rebounded by Pelkey. Uh-oh, Pelkey over to Glaus. Glaus manages to hang on to it. It's across the timeline now. Glaus to McMahon. McMahon now over to Mueller. Mueller left corner to the left wing. Back across the court pass over to Glaus. Glaus now to McMahon. McMahon now over to Paschal. Paschal over to Glaus. 3-ball shot short, no good. And rebounded by the Bulldogs. With the rebound was Harvey. Back the other way now comes Engelman. Engelman now top of the key. Panthers leading 66-29. Minute 57 remaining. Inside and shot put up, no good. And whistling a foul. And foul will be on number 10. That's going to be on McMahon, her third. And so going to the line for 2 is Hellendrung. Thank you to the Cottage from floral arrangements from Gifts for Mom. It's the Cottage downtown Durand. Don't forget about that Valentine's Day gift too. The JKO Auto Body Shop with car restoration and collision repair. It's the JKO Auto Body Shop, Madison Street, Durand. Durand Fresh Market. Download the app for even more savings. Visit freshmarketwy.com to download the app. Second free throw, no good. So it makes it 66-30. And inbounded now to Mueller. Mueller across the timeline for the Panthers. Over to McMahon. McMahon to Paschal, top of the key. Paschal now to Glaus. Glaus right wing. To Pelkey. Pelkey top of the key now over to Paschal. Paschal on the right wing. Now she'll come out to the free throw line. Or on the left wing, rather. Now back to McMahon to Pelkey. Pelkey to Mueller on the left wing. Mueller still on the outside. Now gets it to Glaus in the left corner. Glaus now outside to McMahon. McMahon now over to Pelkey. Pelkey on the right wing. Looking for some help now. Has to hand it off to Paschal. Minute 13 remaining. Paschal now comes down to the right wing. Hands it off to Mueller. Mueller's going to try to drive inside. Does a spin move at the free throw line. Stop. Now she kicks it back out. Now Paschal, 3-ball on the way from the right wing. Paschal with the 3. And so across the timeline now comes the Bulldogs, and that is Engelman. Under a minute remaining. Panthers going to win this game. Inside pass now over to Hellendrunk. Hellendrunk puts up a shot high off the glass. Good. Mueller now across the timeline. 69-32 Panthers, 38 seconds remaining. And over to Paschal on the left wing. I'm sure we're just going to have let's play keep away. McMahon now staying on the outside over to Pelkey. Pelkey's pass tipped, but Klaus comes back up with it at center. 20 seconds remaining. Over to Mueller. Mueller left wing. She'll try to drive inside. Cross-court pass to Paschal. Paschal just retreats back and says, well, let's just play stop here, and we'll hang on to it. And 5 seconds remaining. Panthers going to win tonight, 69-32. That's our final score tonight. Panthers win at 69-32. Our Bowerville Panther postgame show coming up, being brought to you by Bowerville Tire and Service, Durand and Mall Drive, Eau Claire. It's Durand-Arkansaw girls basketball on WRDN.
Thank you for listening to tonight's Durand Panther Sports broadcast on WRDN. Time now for the Bowerbuilt Panther postgame show, brought to you by Bowerbuilt Tire and Service, with locations in Durand and Mall Drive, Eau Claire.
When your reputation is on the line, go to the Midwest leader, Bowerbuilt Tire and Service, for all your tire and service repair needs. They've been supplying cars, SUVs, light and medium truck tires, as well as farm tires since 1944. Plus, they've built their reputation on services such as alignments, brakes, and suspension work that will exceed your expectations. Stop in today at Bowerbuilt Tire and Service on Mall Drive in Eau Claire and in Durand. Bowerbuilt, built on service.
Welcome back to Boyceville High School, where tonight the Panthers win it by a score of 69-32. And joining us now is Durand-Arkansaw head coach Darren Lowenhagen. And coach, 69-32, it could have probably been 89-32. There are a lot of missed bunnies in this game tonight.
Yeah, I think offensively we probably weren't quite as sharp as we wanted to be early on. I thought we got a bunch of good looks in the first half, and we just didn't make them. So we just made a slight adjustment second half to try to get some more touches inside. Let's get a few more of those inside touches, try to get some makes there, and then it ended up getting kickouts, and then it seems like once you make a three or two, it gets pretty contagious quick. So that was good for us in the second half. Also, it seemed like even defensively you kind of came out with what I at least looked like to me a 3-2 zone. It kind of confused them a little bit. Yeah, I mean, you're correct. That's what it was for one possession. We threw it at them, and I think they were probably talking over halftime about our 1-3-1, so we thought maybe we'll throw something different at them for one possession. But I really thought the second half we just kind of sped the game up a little bit. We got them playing a little faster than they wanted to, and then we made a couple shots, which allowed us to get into our stuff, to get after them, to speed up that game. It was a really, really good half. We talked for a while, like this team is up and coming. They are very good. They're not. The score does not indicate how they play tonight. They are a good, tough team. They're aggressive, and I just thought that we battled, and I thought our experience and our execution down the stretch was really, really good. And that is something I did notice. This is not the typical Boyceville girls basketball team that I have seen over the last few years. They contested everything. Yeah, like I said, they're aggressive before the game, super aggressive, whether they make mistakes or whether they don't make mistakes. I think they were early in the first half. They finished some and ones being really aggressive, and I think as the game went on, they missed a few of those, and then we were able to get rebounds and go. Well, nice win tonight, Coach. Congratulations. Thank you. Durand-Arkansaw head coach Darren Lowenhagen, and coming up on our Bowerville Panther postgame show, we'll run down scoring, see if we can't get some scores as well from around the area in our Durand Fresh Market scoreboard, and we'll preview our next broadcast. That's all coming up on the Bowerville Panther postgame show, brought to you by Bowerville Tire and Service, Durand and Mall Drive, Eau Claire. It's Durand-Arkansaw girls basketball on WRDN.
When your reputation is on the line, go to the Midwest leader, Bauer Built Tire and Service, for all your tire and service repair needs. They've been supplying cars, SUVs, light and medium truck tires, as well as farm tires since 1944. Plus, they've built their reputation on services such as alignments, brakes, and suspension work that will exceed your expectations. Stop in today at Bauer Built Tire and Service on Mall Drive in Eau Claire and in Durand. Bauer Built on service.
Welcome back to Boyceville High School, where tonight Durand-Arkansaw wins it by a score of 69-32. Well, let's run down scoring for tonight for the Panthers. Chloe Oth had 9, Jaden Glaus 4, Allison McMahon 5, Addison Oth 10, Victoria Kerr 13, Emma White 15, and Sawyer Sabelko 10. Peyton Paschal had 3 with the win. The Panthers now 11-2 overall, 5-1 in the Dun St. Croix. For Boyceville, Aubrey Moline had 9. Blake Jeske had 15. By the way, she's a freshman. And Zoe Hellendrung had 5. Brooke Talmadge had 3 with the loss. Boyceville falls now to 4-8 on the season and 1-4 overall. Earlier tonight on our Durand Fresh Market scoreboard, Durand-Arkansaw won in the JV game 50-36. So we'll see if some scores might be starting to come in. We do have it looks like, Hastings, they defeat Red Wing in boys basketball tonight, 67-53. It was McDonald defeating Durand-Arkansaw, the boys tonight, 50-38. So McDonald winning over the Panthers tonight in boys hoops. Some other games we're following still. New Richmond taking on Superior. Hudson at New Richmond in girls hoops. River Falls at Rice Lake in girls hoops. Alma Pepin at Augusta for boys basketball tonight. Also Alma Pepin at Augusta as well for girls hoops tonight. Elk Mound taking on Glenwood City as well in girls basketball. You can follow the Durand Fresh Market scoreboard on our the sports page of our website at realcountry1430.com. And a reminder, if you missed any part of the game, we'll have our video archive on our video podcast here. We'll have it up there by tomorrow. But just go to our website at realcountry1430.com. Go to the video streaming tab, and you'll find the video archive tab, and that's where we will be archiving our basketball games and other videos as well on our new video podcast. That's our new video podcast channel, wrdnvideo.podbean.com. You can subscribe to our video podcast channel. We're also on Apple Podcast as well for those of you that have the iPhones. So you can just look for us on that as well. And thank you to the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board for that. Hope you, and now our next broadcast will be Friday. As on Thursday, I'm in Green Bay for the Dairy Strong Conference. So our next broadcast Friday night, more girls action as we are at Colfax. Oh, that's going to be a dilly of a game, and we'll have that game for you Friday night with the Advent Health Panther preview starting at about 7 and tip-off at 7:15. Once again, our final score, Durand-Arkansaw wins it tonight 69-32. You've been listening to Durand-Arkansaw Girls High School Basketball here on WRDN. I'm Brian Winnikins. Have a great evening.